Tragedy Girls is a film I've been looking forward to for a while now. Not only had it been generating buzz in the festival circuit and with friends of mine, but also the director's previous effort, Patchwork, is a film that I greatly enjoyed, mostly because it resembled a film that I really enjoy called Frankenhooker by Frank Henenlotter. It drew a lot of inspiration from that film, and it was just a nice throwback to something like that you don't really see anymore because that genre just kind of has died off. This time around, he has made more of a modern day Heathers. I think Heathers is going to be the film that you're going to see the most resemblance in here. It's just kind of been updated for a more modern era with, social media has been injected into it so that it's at the forefront of this. Which makes sense, obviously, because they're just modernizing it. Now, is it completely like aping off of Heathers and stealing all its plot points and whatnot? No, absolutely not. But it does have a similar feel to it. It is a horror comedy with the comedy being more so. But don't think by that I mean that it is a light romp and that it's just pure, watered down horror. No, there's actually great kills and great gore and fairly inventive at times. And, I think what makes this movie work more than anything is the performances by the two lead girls. If you don't know what this movie is about, it is about two girls who want to become social media megastars. So they start killing people and have this website that they're trying to get the town all riled up to follow them because they have the inside scoop. How they don't think they're going to get caught doing this stuff, you got to throw away logic with this. It plays just on that edge of unreality, but not so much that it's slapsticky. It's in that world where you kind of have to just be like, okay, like forensics investigations and stuff like that just don't come into play in these scenarios. And, but you can also tell, not just from his previous effort being so close to something like Frankenhooker and drawing so much inspiration from Frank Henenlotter, but within this film, you can see all of his horror credibility on screen here. You get references to other films, just straight references in the movie, like Martyrs, which is just a great reference. I mean, if you're a horror fan, that is a film that you know very well because it's an excellent film that's never talked about enough. So hearing something like that in here, so many times when you watch movies that are trying to make pop culture references and try to point out that they're the cool movie that knows all the popular stuff or cool stuff, they're usually like on the nose, like way too obvious type shit. And to hear something like Martyrs and to actually get an homage to a film like Cannibal Holocaust in here, that the director of this film knows his shit and loves it very much and puts it on display fully here. Getting back to the two girls that are in this, oh my god, their performances are what drive this film. And I think that if in like 5 to 10 minutes into this film you're not feeling them, you should probably shut it off because it's not going to change. They are consistent throughout. This tone remains, and I found it to be very funny and very unique and interesting throughout. Yes, it borrows some horror movie tropes here and there. That's bound to happen, but it gives it enough fresh spin that you feel like you're watching something fresh, and it is always a good time and entertaining. We get some familiar faces that pop up in here. Two that are instantly familiar to me are Josh Hutcherson from The Hunger Games, Peter Millark, and Kevin Durand, which I really like him on the series The Strain, but my favorite role of his will always be as one of the Tremor brothers in Smoking Aces. Those guys, God, I love that shit. I love their characters in it. And there's just such good style in this movie. There's a lot of great shot selections. There's a lot of great artistic moments within the film where you can just see that the guy was really thinking it out, and we get a lot of visual treats within the film. They're not overly done, and that's another good thing about this film is that there could be a social commentary that's being like pushed in your face the whole time, but it's not heavy-handed. It's so light in its approach that it doesn't become overbearing. And that's what I really enjoyed about, you know, them injecting the social media aspect into the movie. It didn't become like a, oh, look what we're saying, look what we're saying. And it also takes characters in different directions than I expected. A lot of the times we get certain explanations for why characters are the way that they are. Like, they're bad because of this. And they kind of really cut back away from a lot of that shit. And they kind of, you know, restructure that in a way to where I was like, oh, wow, okay. I thought they were going to go that way with that. But they're not. And that's awesome, because I don't want to see the same shit recycled over and over again. As I said, it does borrow here and there, but I feel like enough is going on here that I had a good time with it. And it also has a kick-ass soundtrack throughout, and it's not just, you know, the same songs you've heard in every movie and they're just playing it for nostalgic purposes. These are newer songs to me, most of them, and I really enjoyed them, and I feel like they fit the scenes extremely well. I went into this film completely blind. I had seen the cover, and I knew the director's previous work, but outside of that, I knew nothing. I also really enjoyed the you know, one of the main girls who plays Negasonic Teenager in Deadpool. She's one of the two girls in this. I never found her attractive before this movie, but my God, she was beautiful in this, and that did not hurt the film in the slightest. We have very clever, quirky dialogue in this that works super well and is delivered great from everybody. I thought pretty much everyone in the film was excellent. I laughed a lot. There was excellent kills and gore, as I said. So if this sounds like your kind of movie, definitely check it out. I highly recommend it if what I said was appealing to you. Anyway, guys, let me know if you check it out. It's available for rent on Amazon right now. As soon as it came available, I rented it the second I could. All right, guys.